Social media is dead. I'm deleting my Instagram, coming off of social media for good. Today I'm going to talk about 3 major reasons why I'm deleting my Instagram and why you probably should too. I do have a little script here, as I can't be bothered to memorize this and speak it all out. So if you see me looking down here, that's what I'm doing, because I don't want to miss any points. I put a lot of work into this, a lot of research. All my sources will be listed in the description, and there'll be screenshots of stuff along the way if you want to pause and read through. So, reason number 1 is short form video. So this is scrolling. It's what TikTok revolutionized when it came out, and now every single platform has integrated it in some way. You've got Instagram Reels, Facebook's got its own thing, you've got YouTube Shorts. I deleted TikTok when I was 17, so a good 4 years ago. I do not use YouTube Shorts. I've got browser extensions that disable it, and Instagram is the last form I have. I've been strict with myself. I have timers. People that know me know I love my timers and blocks. I use an app called ScreenZen, which I'd recommend. It's free. You can set like daily intervals and stuff. It's really good platform. And I believe there was such thing as a healthy snack that 15 minutes a day, half an hour a day wouldn't hurt. But I no longer believe that to be the case. I think there's lots of better forms of entertainment: reading, books, television, YouTube, long form content. When I say YouTube, I mean long form content. That I do not see any harm in. But short form content is harmful, and I'll explain why. Short form content is engineered to trigger compulsive consumption by exploiting the brain's dopamine-driven reward system. So now, what is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter linked to motivation, reward, and pleasure. It's released when you anticipate or receive a novel, rewarding experience. When you scroll on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, or whatever, content is unpredictable. You don't know what's coming next. It's funny, surprising, emotional, and it's delivered instantly and continuously with 0 wait time. This basically hijacks your brain's dopamine system, and your brain's architecture loves it. It finds it very rewarding, which can reduce motivation for activities that require sustained attention, such as reading, work, and even casual conversation. This is why you see sometimes, and you may be someone that does this, you'll be with your friends, you'll be with your partner, and you'll be sitting together, and both of you will be scrolling. Why is that? That is because your brain prefers the act of scrolling to engaging in conversation. It finds it more rewarding. It releases more dopamine. And over time, you need more and more consumption to get the same level of satisfaction. This might sound familiar. Sounds like addiction. A 2025 meta-analysis published in the National Institutes of Health Library confirms that digital addiction mirrors the structural and functional brain changes seen in substance abuse, such as cocaine. Meta already knows this. They know it's bad, and they don't care. Recent unsealed court documents from late 2025 revealed that Meta's own internal researchers compared their platform's effects to big tobacco. They found that users who deactivated for just 1 week showed measurable drops in depression and anxiety. They buried this evidence. They didn't publish it because they didn't want it to hurt their performance metrics. On top of all of this, there's a whole host of negative cognitive impacts that short-form content, video, does to your brain. And lots of studies have come out recently. There is no long-term studies, as this is a fairly new form of media, but the short-term studies are already quite alarming. A massive 2025 study found that short-form video consumption is directly associated with poorer inhibitory control and working memory. Another study demonstrated reduced cognitive ability to think analytically. What they did was they gathered a sample, they designed a test that was designed to capture analytical thinking. Participants took part in this test and then were given a 10-minute break. During that break, they were split into different groups who did different things. Some of them scrolled on TikTok. Some of them watched a long-form content, the exact same content, but just split up into scrolling and into one long video. And they found that the group that scrolled had a measurable drop in analytical thinking in their test performance. To further compound on this, a 2024 study linked loss of prospective memory to scrolling behaviors. Prospective memory is your ability to remember a secondary thing. So this is why the best example of this is you'll go onto Instagram meaning to do something, or you'll go onto YouTube meaning to do something. You've got this purpose in mind. You then get distracted and start scrolling, and then you completely forgot why you were there in the first place. So that's short form content. For me, I think that's reason enough to get rid of social media. But there's a lot of other things. This is just talking about the delivery system of content. But what about the content that you are shown itself? Let's look at how the algorithm works at a basic level. Content that receives a high level of engagement gets pushed out to more people. So what gets the most engagement? The algorithm thrives on conflict, hate, and division because anger creates the most engagement. People are more likely to comment, send it to their friends, put it on their story, engage in arguments in the comment section, back and forth, which boost engagement. What this means for you is that the algorithm identifies a user's slight leaning on a topic and then feeds them more extreme content from that side, pushing them toward the fringe. Outrage and fear keeps users scrolling and interacting. We see examples of these narratives being pushed everywhere. Men versus women narratives. Men get content that paint women in a bad light, call them cheaters, disloyal, etc. And women, I would only assume, get similar stuff. There's alpha, beta male rhetoric, political ideology, left versus right, immigration, us versus them. People argue on religion, racial grievance narratives, and this is the one I'm going to use as an example. Group X has it the hardest, and their suffering is ignored because Group Y gets all the attention. Users end up in separate informational realities. One user's feed shows relentless content about police brutality, and the other, relentless content about black on black crime. The effect of this was studied last year, and Northeastern University proved that algorithms can shift a person's political feelings in 1 week by an amount that normally takes 3 years. In conclusion, if your main source of information about what's going on in the world comes via social media, you are extremely susceptible to being fed a distorted version of reality and thus pushed towards extreme viewpoints. On to my third big red flag that exacerbates the previous issues that we've talked about. AI-generated content. We're now in this uncanny valley where we have to ask, is this real? About every photo and video we see, destroying our shared sense of truth. I've already seen people getting heated in the comment sections under AI videos, thinking what they've seen was real. Family and friends send me AI videos, and I'm someone that I think I'm pretty good at telling the difference between what's real and what's AI. It used to be pretty bad. AI videos used to be very obvious to see. And over time, they've got more and more convincing. I still can tell. But recently, there's been some cases where I have been fooled. And that does worry me because it's getting very, very good and it's only going to get better. I'm not going to go too deep into this, as this video could go on for hours if it's just all we talk about is AI. But what I will bring your attention to is what happens when AI is used to further push and distort the same narratives that I mentioned earlier. When people's opinions are based on not just skewed sources, but from fake sources generated with AI, with the intention to deceive and mislead. Will this situation improve? Well, Meta are aggressively pushing AI content, accounts, and tools onto their platforms. In an interview with the Financial Times last year, Meta's Vice President, Connor Hayes, confirmed that AI accounts are intended to be indistinguishable from human friends. And I quote, "We expect these AIs to actually, over time, exist on our platforms in the same way that accounts do." Your privacy is also a concern, since as of 2025, Meta has been reharvesting years of your personal photos and posts to train their proprietary AI models. Your family photos, the art that you post, the music that you post, it's all being used to help a machine learn how to better mimic and eventually replace human creativity and interaction. Social media is dead. The social in social media is dead. What originally was a platform designed to connect you to your friends and family has become an entertainment platform, instead connecting you to ads and creators. With the algorithm now burying friends' posts in favor of suggested reels that damage your brain, shape your social, political views, and further divide humanity. Has this all happened by coincidence? I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Okay, you've heard enough of me talking. That's where my script ends. I don't want it to be all doom and gloom, but to finish this off, anyone that doesn't have my phone number, please reach out to me before I delete this platform. I'll probably stay on for about a week or so, just to make sure I don't miss anyone. And like I said before, I would urge you to think, do I need social media? Or does it make more sense? Is it another distraction that I should remove from my life? Unless you have a career on it, you're a model, or you are a business that is promoting yourself. If you are just a consumer, I truly think there's better forms of entertainment that won't harm you. So yeah, I would urge you to seriously consider that. For me, one of the big things that was blocking me from getting rid of social media was I've got so many, especially on my traveling account, I had so many stories and posts and these photos I didn't have backed up anywhere. So what I did was I went through and I just exported everything and got it off of Instagram, and that meant there was now no friction, no reason for me to keep it. I love memes, I love funny videos, but is it the most important thing to me? No. And I can see that stuff elsewhere. For me, this is a thing of I now know how harmful this is, and so I can't just keep on doing the same thing. Because that is addiction. Addiction, quite literally, the definition of it is the continued behavior in something where you know it causes you harm. So I'm going to stop doing the harm to myself. I think you should stop doing the harm to yourself. And yeah, like, just call your friends. Just text them. Because if it's this whole thing of, oh, but I want to see what's going on in my friends' lives and I don't want to miss their updates. When I see my friends, I'm going to tell them in person about the big things that happened. I can show them photos on my phone. I don't need an Instagram account. I don't need this profile. I didn't even touch on, like, you know, how it affects your, like, self-image and stuff. That's a conversation that's been going on for many years, and I think most people are aware of all that stuff. That's never been an issue for me. But I think a lot of it is vanity. Obviously, you see people's best versions of them, and then if you compare yourself to that, it's just unrealistic. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. This video, I mean, it's not perfect. It's not going to be a perfect video. I've really thrown this together quickly. The big bulk of my time going into this was the research and actually writing the script. I could have sat down, and my camera ran out of battery. So I'm now holding it with a portable charger in it. That's how much I just want to get this video out of here, and I want to get off this platform ASAP. I was saying that I could have sat down and memorized the script and, you know, gave you a full eye-to-eye video, but I'm not doing this for engagement. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm a private account. This won't be going out to anyone that's not my friend or family member. So this video is for you. It's for you watching this, and I probably know you personally. Just wanted to bring some awareness to the main issues that I have with social media and Instagram in particular. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did watch all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon and we can catch up and talk about what's good.